right. What did you think of downtown Salina, Kansas?
I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Salina is a winner.
All right. Today we are in Salina, Kansas, and we are standing in front of Chuck's Bar, which is where we're starting our journey. We're on the north end of Santa Fe Street, which is the main street that goes through downtown.
All right, as usual, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about Salina?
Okay, Salina was founded in 1858. Its current population is about 47,000 people, and it is within one of the world's largest wheat producing areas.
As usual, our focus is on the downtown part of the city, and we're walking from the north end to the south end, and then we'll circle back through the neighborhoods that immediately parallel downtown.
So it starts in this industrial area, and you can see this amazing artwork on these silos.
Yeah, this is really incredible, especially when you consider the scale. And to help with that, I had Caroline take a picture of me standing in front of it just so you can appreciate how big these actually are.
And the murals, there's Jeff, the arrow's pointing to him, so you can see it's huge. And these murals wrap all the way around. I mean, these are rounded surfaces. It's amazing.
Yeah, really incredible.
They just finished it in September, we were told.
Yeah, this, full disclosure, this actually is our second time to Salina, although, in fairness, the first time we were basically just meeting my folks as they were passing through, and so we did little more than just quickly go into the downtown, grab something to eat, and then head back home. So this is really our first time actually exploring the area.
We had a beautiful day to do it. Sunny, not warm, but very nice. You can see there's a lot of really cool old buildings downtown and a lot of art. Here's some sculptures that we found throughout the downtown.
Yeah, if you've watched any of our other videos, we do point out that it doesn't seem to matter the size of the city or town. In Kansas, they all have all kinds of art located, usually in the form of sculptures or murals on the side of the buildings. And sometimes you have to go into the back alleys to find the coolest ones.
Definitely. Downtown Salina is really cute, and most of the storefronts have shops or restaurants in them. They seem to be well used, and it's very vibrant downtown. And you can see they're just starting to get the Christmas decorations up.
We're off on a little side street right now where we ran into this park. Just seemed oddly out of place in downtown, but yet at the same time, really cool too.
Yeah, and just beyond it, it was right near railroad tracks and active trains and what looked like grain silos. The other thing we noticed in downtown is they do have some apartments, loft-style apartments in some of these buildings, and it looks like a really neat place to live.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of traveling over the past 20 years, and when we first started 20 years ago and we go to these downtowns, a lot of them were all but abandoned, and we've noticed, particularly in the last decade, that there's definitely a revival going on in America's downtowns, somewhat of a gentrification, restaurants, a lot of breweries even here in Kansas are going in. I've seen some distilleries. So it's just really nice to see that the old city cores are starting to come back to life.
Definitely been a nice trend to see throughout our travels. More sculptures.
Here's yet another Masonic temple. This one is now kind of an event center that people can rent out. I have no idea whether any of these are actually still used by the Masons or not, but pretty much every city, at least of any reasonable size, has had one of these in town, and almost across the board they've been some of the coolest buildings.
For sure, and huge, huge buildings.
Looking at the old Fox Theater, which is still in use. In fact, on this day we were there, the Monkees were having a concert, although I think at this point there's only a couple left alive, so I'm not sure that you should still be allowed to use the name, but be that as it may.
And the following week it was going to be Styx.
I think they're still alive. So basically we're working our way back to where we started. We're learning as we go, and one of the things that's quickly evident is the placement of the sun. So as we've learned, is sometimes you have to really think about which side of the street you're going to be on, what time of day you're going to arrive in these towns. So we do our best to try to make sure that we're capturing it in the correct light. But as I've produced some of these videos long after the fact, I've noticed definitely have a learning curve here, but I think with the Salina one, most of the shots are actually pretty well lit. So we're kind of off the main strip now, and we're just paralleling on the parallel streets right behind Main Street. Paralleling the parallel streets. That's very redundant.
That was a government building.
And those are old apartments that are still being used.
This was a really cool church and school on this side street, and then across was another church. And I just loved this home. Thought it was really gorgeous.
Yeah, it's literally one block off of the main street too. Very cool.
Couldn't believe these old cars just sitting there, and this old train depot where you'd load and unload.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe we're a little weird, but there's just something about these old dilapidated buildings that I just find really cool, and really glad that they're still standing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of shocked that they're still standing too, to be honest.
I agree.
You can see the silos have been there for a little over 100 years. And we're just about to wrap up the journey here. The last thing we found of interest was kind of this old gas pump graveyard.
Yeah, it was really crazy, and some were very old, pre-digital days.
Yeah, very cool. So on that note, we'll wrap this up.
All right, so there was the tour of downtown Salina. What'd you think about it?
I like Salina. It's a cute little city. Fun, lots of vibrant places. I give it an A.
All right, get off the couch, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers!